Oh shit! I bumped the mic.
Nah, it's good.
Yeah. So basically, this is how the podcast is gonna go, and just start from there.
All right.
So, welcome everyone. Welcome back to another episode. I got a really special guest. Actually, a good friend of mine. We kind of grew up together. Went to the same high school,
Yeah.
high school, middle school. Same close group of friends.
Yeah.
It's been quite some time.
It has been a minute. It has been a good minute.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been a long time, and I'm glad we got together and do this podcast episode. So like, how you been, man?
I've been good, man. I've
Yeah.
been good. Yes, definitely, definitely.
So yeah, we off the podcast we were talking about like kind of just catching up,
Yeah.
and asking each other what we've been doing. And you told me you're no longer in Port Arthur.
No. But before we start, how have you been? I know that people watch you all the time, but it's been a minute. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been a minute for me. I'm doing good.
yeah.
Honestly, I really can't complain.
Hell yeah.
From what I've done in my 20s, I'm definitely leveraging it in my 30s.
Okay.
I'm a hell of a lot smarter,
Yeah.
put it like that. And I've just been basically just keeping to myself.
Solid.
It's just, the mistakes I've made, kind of like business-wise,
Yeah.
weren't so great. The fact is that not necessarily I don't have a lot of confidence in myself. It's just I depend on a lot of people.
I hear you.
And that was one of the things that kind of put me on a downfall, and I kind of obsessed over it.
Okay.
I was very guilt tripped.
I hear you.
You see what I'm saying?
You're yourself's biggest critic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at
Yeah.
the end of the day, though, don't look at it as mistakes, man. It's lessons and blessings. You either learn something from it or you gain something from it.
Oh, dude, I made a shit ton of mistakes and I learned from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. It's just I was definitely my biggest enemy,
Yeah.
and I hated it.
You got to get out your own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And that's one thing I learned in my 20s. I'm like, and now I'm more like, fuck it. If it works, it works. If it don't, on to the next one.
Run that shit, man. Look, life's the best teacher. You know what I mean? We could read books and shit, you know what I mean? But experience,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Actually getting hit in the face will teach you more about getting hit in the face than somebody telling you, hey, it might hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what Mike Tyson said. Everyone has a plan until they get hit in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's true, man. That's so fucking true.
Yeah.
You won't know until you try it.
Exactly. And you could play it over and over again in your head, and it might never actually go how it goes in your head.
Yeah.
Like once you're actually in there, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. That's kind of like this whole idea with the podcast.
okay.
That's how I started it. I had this big plan of wanting to do like great things and great interviews. I realized that there was just so much shit I didn't know.
Yeah.
Especially when you start completely from the bottom.
Yeah.
And what I mean by completely from the bottom is like you're not a famous influencer, one. You're not a comedic, that's another. You're basically at the bottom of the barrel trying to start a show, and nobody knows who the fuck you are.
I hear you.
So it's been a roller coaster of a bunch of downs and a little bit of ups, and the little bit of ups, man, I enjoy it.
Definitely. Bro.
Because it's the people I meet, they're awesome.
Hell yeah.
And so that's where I'm at right now.
I feel you. And as far as like starting from the bottom, like with nothing, I understand, you know what I'm saying? Like doing the whole music thing.
Yeah.
Like when I first started, dog, I didn't know like nothing. You know
I
what
remember
mean?
too.
Like, yeah, nothing at all. Like
Yeah, I remember that trip. We went to Beaumont. We went clubbing one day. That's when you got kicked out.
You were there?
Yeah, it was on Proctor Street. Is it Proctor Street?
No, in Beaumont is Crockett.
Crockett, same fucking name.
When I got kicked out of what club?
Whatever we went to on Crockett Street. We just randomly went one day. It was like just a random night. I forgot what happened that night.
Bro.
It's like when you was in that Mustang. That I think it was a Rush Mustang. Your father bought.
Bro.
But my point is,
that was actually mine at the time. My dad ended up taking it over because I made a bunch of bad decisions. Like we were saying before we started, you say mistakes, but like, did you ever go to jail? Did you ever?
Well, no.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah,
no, bro. Shit. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that night in a minute.
Yeah, dude, I have a great memory.
Yeah, Sean had to drive. You remember Sean, huh? Rest in peace. Passed away already. He had to drive the car. I don't know how I made it like halfway to Port Arthur, and he was like that I was all over the lane. He told me to pull over, and he was like, "Nah, fam, you gotta You gotta let me drive. And I was
Yeah.
like drunk, like I was, you know, throw it off. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah. But but to kind of go back on your pretty much your rap career,
Yeah.
it's like this is before you made it officially. You were just basically spitting verses in the car.
Yeah, I really wasn't. Yeah, man. I don't think.
But during that time, this is what I'm saying. This was way before you officially were like, all right, I'm gonna go full time in this.
I'm saying it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Definitely was. It
This-
was
the night we got kicked out of the club because, you know, not necessarily we were underage going in the club, but it's just we couldn't drink.
yeah, I think it was like 08, 09. Was that the night that I got locked up?
No,
No, right?
no.
No.
I didn't go out with you that night.
No, okay.
Yeah.
No.
I remember that day too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. It wasn't that major for the people listening. It was just a night in the drunk tank. It wasn't.
It was teenage years.
Yeah,
everyone has one.
Yeah.
Everyone has a story.
Yeah. Damn, it's been a minute since that shit happened, man. It's what's up.
It is. But, you know, it's just, I remember those nights where you just spitting your own verses.
Yeah.
And honestly, in the back of my head, I was like, man, you should rap.
Hell yeah. Nah, that's what's up, man. I guess it worked out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still at it.
Yeah, definitely. You're definitely at it, man. It's been a good minute, you know.
Yeah.
So how's the process been so far?
With the music?
Yeah.
Same thing, man. Made a lot of mistakes because I didn't know shit, a lick of shit. And I just kind of, you know, took off running. And I learned every step of the way. I just took it as lessons. Made sure that everything is, that I do better every time I get back up. You know what I mean? So as far as the music goes, I've been getting out of my comfort zone a lot more.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, before I would stick to a lot of my music would sound the same. I wouldn't like venture off. But if you listen to some of my more recent songs, like "Broken Hearted" or "Goodbyes," or
Strong Enough.
Or no, actually, "Strong Enough" was a while back. Okay. So that was a while back. You actually shot the video of that one.
Yeah.
But
still on my phone.
Like hell yeah. Like Bounce, what's it called? Broken Hearted. It's actually like me. I'm harmonizing a little more, not just rapping. And I'm not, and I'm rapping more about things that I've gone through. Okay. You know what I mean? Because as of late, I've been a lot more sober. So I just kind of looking back. You know what I mean? Okay. I spoke about a lot of things that went on over the years because it has been a minute. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then Goodbye, same thing. I'm doing a little more harmonizing. And then just kind of getting out of that comfort zone. And by comfort zone, I mean like around the time Strong Enough came out, a lot of my stuff not necessarily sounded the same, but it was like very similar topic, very similar vibes. Mm-hmm. And you listen to stuff that dropped in 2020 and late 20, we're in 2022 now, no shit. Late 2020 and early 2021, every song, I dropped a video a month for like 12 months straight, and every song has its own, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Its own vibe.
Yeah. Honestly, the one recent one you, I don't know if it's recent or not, Lift Off.
Yeah, that one actually is recent. That one's more recent.
Yeah, that's my favorite one so far.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Lift Off.
Hell
and I was
yeah.
like, dude, when you went, lyrically, when you just went off. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oof.
See, I'd say that's more of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Lift Off is like comfort zone, like just going there and spit some bars.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I was getting to the point where I was just doing a lot of like rapping. You know what I'm saying? But people want to vibe to it. People want to ride to it. You don't always just, you know what I'm saying? And that one has a vibe because on the hook, you know what I'm saying? I give it a little vibe, but that's my comfort zone.
Okay.
You know, like some more like hip hop based, you know what I mean? Just bar spitting.
Yeah.
But then I get on like Bounce Back and I'm a lot more aggressive, or on Emotions and I'm a lot more aggressive. And then on Broken Hearted and Goodbyes, I'm like damn near singing, you know what I mean? Or at least trying to, you feel me?
Do you feel like this way because you moved out and into another area of scene, like Austin? Because Austin's more like, it's kind of like that in Austin, you know, kind of like experiment.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, as far as all those songs, everything that has already been released and is about to release, all of that was done in Port Arthur.
Okay.
But a lot of that was recorded like whenever COVID initially hit.
Yeah.
So I was like at the house, like nothing. You know what I mean? I didn't have shit to do. You know, there's only so much, you know, series you could watch. It's only, you know what I mean? So
that's true.
And I know a lot of people were dealing with a lot of things mentally.
Yeah.
So what I would do is when I would feel some type of way about something, instead of like, you know what I'm saying, going off and burning something, or, you know what I'm saying, burning tree, not arson, burning tree, or like I really don't drink no more. My outlet was, I have a studio at the house, so I just would go in there and just whatever I was feeling at that time, I would just let it out. Like Bounce Back, I was on the verge of a breakdown, you know what I mean? Because you can't go nowhere, you're in the house, you know, so all this shit's happening. So I was like, fuck it, I just went in there and I caught a vibe and I started feeling it, so I ran that shit. Speaking of Catch a Vibe, I got another song called Catch a Vibe. That was completely out of my comfort zone. A song that I wrote for my wife. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's a lot more slow. We actually shot the video in Austin. But yeah, man, like I'm excited to see what's gonna happen now that I am in Austin, because I haven't been there that long. I haven't recorded it since I've been there. Yeah. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens, where the music goes.
Yeah.
You
so
know what I mean?
2022 is gonna be a big year for you?
Hey, God willing.
Yeah.
God willing,
absolutely.
most definitely, full of blessings, man. The first big change was being in Austin, starting off the year in Austin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been in Port Arthur my whole life. Like, I get out of Port Arthur when I was there from time to time. I go to H-Town, I go to, you know, San Antonio, go to Dallas.
But
living there, you know what I'm saying? Because we was back and forth from Austin, but we'd be there for like a weekend, maybe a week. I always come back to PA. Yeah. But now we there. That's where we at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I completely understand what you mean, because when I move out of Port Arthur to Houston, I mean, even though it's not the farthest away, you know, only an hour and a half, but it's just small town versus city. Yeah. Life is just completely different, and not necessarily in a bad way, but it's in a good way, because, you know, you're just exposed to a hell of a lot more opportunities.
Definitely, and it's a different perspective. Yeah. Like in Port Arthur, not knocking Port Arthur, man. I love Port Arthur. I'm Port Arthur too, definitely. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like it's out there is a certain vibe. Like most people are in the refineries. That's what's keeping the town alive. Let's be real. You know what I mean? Honest, It's a refinery town. So out there, the options, like you said, or the opportunity is in a specific. You feel me? In a specific arena. You know what I mean? A lot of it is towards the refineries. You get into like H-Town, you get into Austin, you get into the bigger cities that you can actually do more. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And so when you're making a new song, how is your creative process?
The creative process, honestly, man, look, before, it really just depends on the stage of my career. But as far as like right now, the creative process, I'll listen to a beat and the first, like, depends on what mood I'm in. Yeah. For example, I mentioned in Bounce Back, I was going through a breakdown. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So somebody had sent me a beat, and I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I put it? Some people, they go through something mentally, and they want to take it out on the world. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe I've gotten older. Like I'm just I'm directing that energy in a better direction. You know what I mean? My music, for example. So the beat comes on for Bounce Back. And the first thing that pops in my head, based strictly off emotion, because that song essentially was freestyled. I'd rap a part, listen to it, then I'd come back and punch in again, and then listen to that part and punch in again. If I didn't like that bar, I'd take it off. But the beat comes on and I say, because, you know, I feel like a lot of people nowadays, and it's probably always been like that, but with the internet now, we can actually see more of it. People do things like they'll cap for clout. You know what I mean? Especially like in rap, a lot of people feel like they gotta rap about certain things. That's why I really started rapping about other things. You know what I mean? But again, the beat comes on, and first thing that you know what I'm saying? Like they say it with your chest. Well, I'm in there, the fuck music's loud as hell, you know what I mean? First thing come to mind is, oh, that shit you cap about. I was really around there, felt so many times. By the grace of God, I bounced back, been broke so many times. All I want to do is count racks, been alone so many times. Bitch, I watch my own back drop my $1 million houses. Tell myself you gon' own that. And that's how I felt, fam. Like, that's facts. At that very moment, like, seeing every time that I fell and I got back up. You know what I'm saying? Every time that I fell, and not only did I fall, but I looked around and nobody was there to pick me up. So I picked myself up. And on top of that, the people that look at you like you gonna be right there. Because, like, for people that actually know me, like, go back, not even that far back, I had the long beard, the long hair. I looked kind of scruffy, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't know me, you probably thought I was like a hobo or some shit, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't taking the best care of myself. I was always thrown off. I wasn't necessarily sober too much. And people get that cover, and they judge by that cover, and they're like, oh, that cat's never going nowhere. He ain't never gonna do nothing. All right, bet, fam. You don't know what's going on up here, though. You know what I'm saying? You looking at, skin deep, but shit, fam, the $1 million house I'm driving by, I'm about to own them hoes. You know what I'm saying? You about to pay me rent, fam. I'm about to build my portfolio, fam. And hey, that's what it is, dog, because ain't nobody finna do it for me.
Yeah.
So
you're there already, man.
That's the goal, dog.
That's it. That's the mindset.
Facts.
People want to know the $1 million secret. How do you get from zero to $1 million? Honestly, from the shit I've seen and done, it's the fucking mindset.
Facts.
It basically is. I'm going to be it or I'm dead.
Yeah, and your perspective. You can have two people in the same city or the same town or the same place or whatever, and they're looking at the same situation, and one sees opportunity, and one just sees all the negative shit holding you back. Yeah, you feel me? Yeah. Like, so the way I look at it in Strong Enough, I actually say adversity's adversary. I'm adversity's adversary. Mm-hmm. So that adversity gave me the grit or whatever you want to call it, to have the tenacity to, no matter how shit goes, I'm going to run it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And some people don't have that. Some people, they've never struggled. They get put in a situation or a position where shit doesn't go the right way for a little bit, and they real quick to quit. Yeah. They real quick to, you know what I mean? Like, we all deal with things. I get it. We're human beings, but that's not something that could be taught.
Well, you're right. It can't be taught, but at the same time, it's like not a lot of people, how would I say, they want to do it, but it's also they don't know how. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's like, especially when I got in my 30s, I've learned how to be show a little bit more compassion, because I've always wanted to be cutthroat. Like, I'm going to do it. I am to myself. Yeah. But when it comes to others, that want to learn it, it's like the problem is like the building block is different for everybody. Yes. It is completely different from everybody. Like, your path is completely different from my path.
Yes, sir.
Like your path to mill to my path to mill are completely different.
Definitely.
So it's like the message of today is like, how can we teach people to strive for better? It's like, well, that's honestly, man, that's something you have to do yourself.
Just start. Yeah. Just start. Some people are waiting for the perfect scenario. Like, everything has to, the stars got to line up. Nah, bro, you just got to. That
shit don't ever line up.
Start where you at. Yeah. And life is the best teacher. Now, if you can learn from other people's mistakes, like people that are in your general vicinity that are where you would like to be, then perfect. But if you're just in a situation where you're looking around and nobody has that same mindset or that same ambition as you, or wants to go in the same direction as you know what I mean? Then you got to find it in yourself and just start.
Pretty much,
you know what I mean? Like, as you start, you'll start lining yourself up with the things that you want, and you'll start seeing opportunities that you didn't see before.
Yeah. Oh, hell, you definitely be a lot better than when you start than not doing anything at all within the next a year, just a year. Yeah. It's definitely that's the right mindset. It's just a start. Yeah. And stuff. So you brought up a good moment when you mentioned about like your breakdown. Yeah. Everybody, even I, had a breakdown moment. Yeah. What did you do on a personal level to lift yourself up? Honest truth.
The honest truth?
So when someone here listens to this, like, if they're going through a really horrible moment, what would you recommend?
The honest truth for me personally, what helped me the most was when I started getting more sober and started getting more health conscious. Yeah. Because I did lose a lot of weight, because I did get up to like almost 250 pounds. Yeah. And I just started changing my habits slowly. Okay. But in that very moment, what helped me the most was, obviously this might not work for everybody in the exact sense, because not everybody does music, but getting in the booth and leaving it all in the booth. Like, just saying exactly how I feel on the song. You know what I'm saying? Some people might need to go to a therapist for that. Yeah. You don't got to make a song, but go talk to somebody about it. Yeah. Get it off your chest. Because in my experience, I've been on both sides where I don't let it out. I bury everything deep inside, and eventually it explodes. You know what I mean? You fuck around and make a bad decision. You fuck around and your vision is foggy because in your mind, everything is going to shit and you're missing opportunities because your mental space isn't as clear as it needs to be. So it could be a therapist. It could be somebody that you really trust. It could be, again, if you do music and you just leave it on your song, fam, because there's other people that are out there going through similar things that might relate to it. And at least you're able to, I take it as therapy now when I do my music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always been a passion, but now I'm really speaking from a place where this is what I'm going through. This is how I feel, which has always been a place from where I feel, but to go from just talking about me smoking weed to me actually, you know what I'm saying? In the third verse of that song, I say, straight A student, problems at home, no one knew it. If anybody suspected something, I know they didn't do shit. I promise, baby, I know why the cage bird sings his music. It's hard to fix a broken man. All that's left of me is ruins. Like, that's how I felt in that very moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, that's just, for me, it works. You know what I mean?
Hey, man. Shit, the way you speak on your lyrics, dude, I feel it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
You know, I feel it, dude. Not a lot of people can do that. You know, it just flows. You know, you definitely got the talent. You know,
I appreciate it, family.
Shit, dude. Shit, man. Just thinking about it now, coming from the car.
Yeah.
You know, getting kicked out of the club.
Yeah, man.
Until now, you know, we're doing podcasts.
Yeah.
And stuff. You know, it's just,
and one thing you got to think about: you don't know where life's gonna take you.
Oh no,
never.
No. You know, you don't know.
You don't. Like, saying like that situation right there. You know what I mean? Like that night, whenever I was thrown off, you know what I'm saying? I'm lucky to have made it home that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just many nights, I was very lucky to make it home. You know, so
yeah.
Which in the moment, from the perspective I was looking at the world from, a lot of things did seem hopeless. You know what I mean? But I had to physically change how I viewed the world around me for me to be able to change my situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Uh-huh. I heard it in Boss Baby because my daughter really liked it. It's a saying. I heard in Boss Baby, my daughter really liked the movie when it first came out. She would watch it over and over again. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that saying comes from somebody else. But the baby says, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So it all starts with you. If you believe something is possible, you will soon realize that you will do anything that is in your, you know what I'm saying, that is available to you to make that happen. If you off rip think that you cannot do something, you just gave up. You're not going to do it, period, point blank. Yeah. Nobody can make you do something that you don't believe is possible.
That's true.
Period.
That is true. I mean, geez. Imagine, I mean, for some reason, I keep thinking about the first music video I did with you.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That was probably like one of my scariest moments.
Yeah.
Because what we did, we did a music video a while back on one of his songs, Strong Enough.
Featuring He's Leo.
Yeah, He's Leo.
Yes, sir.
It's just, I look back on it, dude. It's like I can just see what I've done wrong so many times.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I realized like I just had that I'm just going to do it attitude. Yeah. And I learned so much.
Yeah, you learn so much from the experience.
Yeah. And it's just from directing to, because I'm going to admit I don't have a lot of directing experience. Yeah. Especially on a music video. That was probably like my one and only one I did. I hear you. You know, you got that privilege out of me. Yeah. It's just I have a level of appreciation of what, especially with artists like yourself and directors and, you know, people who make film. It's extremely creative. It takes a lot of talent to see, you know, to see and visualize how a music video is going to get done, as well as there's certain moments during the process where it's like, oh, that's a great shot. Yeah. And there's no way to reenact that shot unless you're in that moment. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, when you're when you was just recently spitting your verses. Yeah. I was like, man, that's a great moment right there. Yeah. We can never recreate that moment. No. And, you know, it's just the whole music video process just completely changed my mind. And, you know, I learned so much during that day by simply just willing to do it.
Definitely. And you get to see, like, for example, you might think you're good at this or you're not good at this, but you'll physically be able to see what it is that your strengths and your weaknesses are by actually doing it as opposed to just thinking about it. And as far as, like, on the music side of it, is the same way. Like, on Hustle and Flow, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie.
Great movie.
Great movie. I bet where he's like, it ain't never gonna get that good. Like, for real, like, there's been songs that I write when I'm nowhere near a studio and I felt a certain way and I'm spitting it out loud in the room that I'm in or in the space that I'm in and that feeling is there and I'm feeling it and I wait like a week before I go record it for whatever reason. I might just not be in town or whatever. And when I go back to record, I'm like, man, this shit don't sound right. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? The emotion isn't there. You know what I mean? The feeling isn't there. I done got past that moment, which is cool because it helped me get through whatever I was getting through. But now when I go and try and lay it down, it's not going to sound the same. That's why Bounce Back was so good because it was, I literally didn't, I was punching in. I wasn't writing it. I'm in there like going through shit in my head. I'm listening to the song. Like, okay, what I'm, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I think it, I go and I say it with that emotion, with that vibe. And that's one of the first songs that actually spit with that energy. So it allowed me to also see where my voice is at, where my tone, you know what I'm saying? What I could do with my voice because it's basically an instrument. You know what I mean?
So do you like keep a notepad or notebook around, or do you have some kind of mechanical recorder where you're able to
it's the 2000s, man. I texted. I got a notes in my phone.
Oh, really?
I haven't really wrote nothing down in the longest, man. Yeah.
You know, okay, cool. And, I was just curious because every artist has a certain way of how they do creative stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And I see some people that'll sit down and they'll take a pen and start writing it, and it's like, okay, bet. I honestly could say I text faster than I write. Really? You know what I mean? And then after I'm done, I could read the text a lot easier than I could read my handwriting. You know what I mean? So
are you gonna start back up the God, it was back in the days where you kind of send out a bunch of random messages, kind of like a highlight of.
You remember that,
dude? I
called it the Mexican Chronicles.
Yeah, you gonna start that up again?
Nah, I don't think so. That was just something that I did, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was really before. It was a long time ago. First of all, that was a long fucking time ago. But
dude, I have a great memory.
I would literally have a text list. Yeah. And I'd be around town if I see something was going on. Mainly what I would let people know about was like where the cops were posted up at in PA. You know
that was a legit thing. That's a legit thing. People not from Parata don't understand that. That's a legit thing.
Yeah, so like because the motherfuckers be hiding. Yeah,
they are.
Say, bitch, I see you, ho. Yeah. Everybody about to see you, ho.
Yeah, this was before Google and Waze, and this is before technology was really.
I think I had like a fucking.
You would go to Google.
BlackBerry Pearl or some shit.
Yeah, this is when you print out addresses to go to places.
Yeah.
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 God, things change so much. But yeah, that shit should be illegal.
What, did they hide?
They hide and no more cars and shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude, God, because I don't see that shit over here.
Yeah.
But Port Arthur, it's a different fucking landscape when it comes to traffic enforcers.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Nah, yeah, they'll get your ass quick.
Yeah. Real quick. That's how I went to jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what? What were you doing?
So I did, I think it was the street called 9th Avenue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 9th Avenue. I was speeding. I think I was doing like 10 miles over the speed limit.
Okay.
This was kind of like a, what's the thing called? A speed trap.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I wasn't paying attention that day, and basically a blue Charger was right in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I think there was like a blind spot. I didn't see him, and basically he caught me doing 10 over the speed limit and gave me a ticket. And this was the time when I was completely broke, man. Shit.
And them tickets hurt.
Hell yeah, they
fucking hurt.
Hell shit, dude. Yeah, they hurt like a.
Yeah.
So it was pretty tough for me, to be I guess I think I was a college student, making minimum wage. These tickets were like $400. That's basically the check.
Yeah.
The check at the time. And I couldn't afford it. And what happened was at the time, I called the lady. I was like, hey, court date's coming up. I can't make it. Can we extend the date?
Yeah.
And she was like, no. And I couldn't make it. And basically I missed court.
I got you. And you let that whole ride and get that warrant.
Yeah, so I got a warrant.
Yeah.
And basically what it was like maybe a year ago, not a year ago, but a year into it, I thought I was going to get away with it.
Yeah.
I thought, I was like, man, it's been about a year. Haven't got caught yet. I was minding my own business. It's like, I'm good. Eventually I'm going to have enough money to pay it off.
Yeah.
I think it was like a Saturday or a Sunday morning, 9th Avenue.
Yeah.
I was going somewhere. I forgot what I was going somewhere. And around like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Same blue Charger. On the opposite side. I guess he scanned my license plate, did a U-turn.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Got your ass.
Got my ass. So,
yeah.
Well, it was like a $400 ticket, ended up being like $3,000.
Yeah. No, yeah, the government gonna get their money, fam.
They got more than that money.
They gonna get their money, man. They gonna tax you on it too. They gonna make sure they get paid.
Yeah.
And shit wild.
Yeah, so that's I mean, I wasn't a holding cell, but I wasn't scared, but just the process was so frustrating, being completely broke. It was crazy, man. That was the last time I ever did that.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so
I wish I could say the same. I had a lot of incidents, small incidents that just I was and still am hard-headed, which is part of why I am where I am, because I refuse to accept that when people tell me that something is impossible, you know what I mean? So on the other side of it, like, you can't do this. Like, yeah, I can. It's got to be wrong. Yeah.
I mean, you got to think of it I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm kind of the same way too. It's like, oh yeah, you can do it. I'm like, yeah, I can.
Yeah, facts. I'm about to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Like, for real.
It's like one of those hold my beer moments.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick.
Okay. So where did the term "Gimme the Late" from?
It's okay. I'm glad you mentioned that.
I'm curious.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because the way I see it is not how other people see it. Because my sister brought it up to me too when I actually broke down what it was.
I said it correctly though, right?
Nah, it's "give me the loot."
The loot?
Because the 8s are like O's stacked on top of each other.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
So give me the loot.
Give me the loot. Okay. So originally, "give me the loot." I mean, everybody knows where "give me the loot's" from. Is, you know what I'm saying? People come up, they gonna rob you. Give me the loot. You know what I'm saying? But I got it from Biggie Small's song "Give Me the Loot." But the reason that it worked out for me was because my number is 8. I don't know if everybody has their number. Like, people have favorite colors. Like, my number is 8, and it just so happened I was born on 8/8. So my number is 88. I took the 88 and I put it between the L and the T from Lalo Towers, and just created a hashtag out of it. Give me the loot. You know what I'm saying? Loot is Lalo Towers condensed. Lalo 88 Towers. The L88 Towers.
Okay.
The L88T. So give me the loot.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, abundant lifestyle, abundant thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, now that makes sense now.
And I'm glad you brought it up, because my sister one day was like, "What does late stand for?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? And she's like, "No, your Instagram." I'm like, "Oh, it's loot." She's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Now I think about it, I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe I could have done better about that. You know what I'm saying? But being that I used to listen to Biggie Smalls a lot, "Give me the loot, give me the loot." I'm a bad man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah. He goes hard, dude. Dude, it's been a minute when I haven't listened to Biggie Smalls in a minute, but when I, what was it? God, I can't even think of the song. What's one of his popular songs? Throw it out. Can't think of it right now. Biggie Smalls.
Big Papa.
Big Papa.
What's it called?
It's not More Money, More Problems.
Dead Wrong.
No.
That one was. I think they did a remix.
I can't think of it now. It's one of his hit songs. Go dun dun dun. It's like a dope beginning entrance. I can't even think of the song right now. Oh my god! I listen to him.
Give me the loot. It's been a minute since I listened to Biggie, but when I do, it's like nostalgia.
I'm embarrassing myself right now. Hypnotize.
Okay.
Hypnotize. Okay. That's one of them. Dude, his lyrics.
Yeah.
I just haven't heard of an individual like him.
Well, look, man, like, honestly, being real with you, like, my favorite Biggie material isn't even a song. It's like a freestyle that he did.
On the corner of the street?
No. I heard it. I'm not sure if he did it at a radio station or on stage, but I used to have the recording of it and I used to listen to it. Somebody actually took the recording and cut it together with the Tupac verse. But he goes, "I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9 9s, 10 Mac 10s. The shit's never in. You can't touch my riches. Even if you had MC Hammer and them 357 bitches. Biggie Smalls, the millionaire, the mansion, the yacht, the 2 weed spots, the 2 hot Glocks. Like, yo, he just goes off, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ran that shit. I'm like, okay, bet. And that's really like what I like about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Going in there is just saying some hard shit, but I'm not saying that there's not a space for it. Yeah. But being that I actually want to monetize and make currency off of my craft, I have to kind of find a way to present myself to the masses to where it's appealing, and I don't have to compromise too much. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true because, there's nothing wrong making money.
No,
There's
not at all.
nothing wrong
Everything is
making money.
money. Everything is money. If something's wrong with making money, your rent is money, your bills is money, your gas is money, your car is money. You know what I'm saying? The place you stay, everything is money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not everything. It's not everything,
No,
but
it's
everything is money.
No.
No.
It is. Dude, you have to pay taxes when you die.
Yeah, it costs to die. It ain't free to die.
Yeah, it ain't.
Nothing free. It costs to be born. You know what I'm saying?
So people make your money.
Yeah, facts. Get your bag up. And then there was this book I was reading where basically it was like talking about getting out of that mental stigma about like feeling fucked up about money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, like you don't have to become a fucking, a fucking asshole just because you got money. You could still be you. Yeah. But look at it this way. If there is a cause that you're very passionate about, if you're broke, you could probably organize some shit, maybe. You could probably post something on social media, maybe. But if you got bread, you can actually fund whatever it is that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could become a philanthropist if that's what that is. People that, what I'm saying, do charitable. Yeah, okay. So without money, you might get like 2 hits on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Your mom and your grandma might like that shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's my, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. That's live. That's awesome. Which, more power to the moms and the grandmas out there. You know what I'm saying?
Start somewhere.
Yeah, we you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be here without them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, if you got the bread, you can actually like start up a foundation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get together or put yourself in a position where you can bring awareness to this to a much larger audience. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So look at it that way. You know what I mean? Like people are like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up. They got so many homeless people and they're always hungry. Okay. So you're going to post on it on social media and maybe go back and forth and then go back about your day and not give money to the dude at the light because you're like, nah, fuck it. He going to use it for something else. Right. Yeah. Or you could just run your bag up and create a community center. You know what I'm saying? Or I think Arnold Schwarzenegger just like built, I don't know how many tiny homes for the homeless in California. You know what I'm saying? Like you can physically do something that'll make a change. And to do those things, you need money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it starts off with you, the passion that you have for it and your heart. But at the end of the day, you can't walk up to somebody and a builder and be like, hey, my heart's this big, bro. I need you to build 20 tiny houses. Nah, fam, it ain't gonna work like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to Lowe's and be like, hey, I need all this material. I'm gonna pay you with my heart. Nah, fam, nobody gives a shit at that point.
HOU.
Yeah, nah, it's not happening. It's not.
I actually thought about doing that one day, just rolling up to a like an expensive ass car, like a Bentley car dealership.
Yeah.
Fuck it, Bugatti. Go there. It's just down the road from me. I'd be like, hey man, I'm going to buy this Bugatti, but here's an IOU.
Yeah, facts.
see how far it gets.
See how far it gets. Hey man, look, I ain't got no cash.
And one day.
I got a 380 credit score. But I'm about to make it happen. I got you. I promise, fam. I got you. Believe me. I won't do you like that.
Yeah, right? That's a great video right there. Let's see how far we can do that. Oh, I should do that, man.
Yeah, that'd be live. Good content. Man. See what happens. See what they tell you.
Yeah, dude. But dude, to be honest with you, I've given some money away to people at the light.
Yeah.
There's some funny ass people.
No, well look, fam, like it.
No, well, let me explain a little bit, because, dude, they're technically working for the money because they're spitting jokes.
Okay.
I had one guy, he basically, he made his decision. I don't know his decision, but he chose to be there, I guess. It's just that I was at a light one day and there's this guy just standing on the side of the corner with a bunch of signs. Mm-hmm. And he was just spitting. His signs were his jokes.
Yeah.
And he's saying, it's been a rough year. Lost my modeling job.
Shit got bad.
Yeah, so I gave him $10. I was like, man, he
got creative with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was making the best of it. And honestly, man, some people that are doing that are really just down on their luck. Like shit just hit the fan, you know what I mean? And it's unfortunate. I've actually got not a similar story, but I also, whenever I see people like that and I got it bet, you could ask my wife. Sometimes she'd be like, hey fam, and I'm like, look man, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what it's like to not have shit. You know what I mean? Sleeping on somebody's couch. So that shit sucks. You know what I mean?
It does.
But like, so I get to the point where if I'm able to and I have the time, I'd rather go get them food. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously 9 times out of 10 they're hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do have this one specific situation where I gave this dude all all I had was change. Mind you, it was like $4 or $5 in change, but it was like pennies, dimes, nickels. Like I just literally everything I had. And I was like, here, fam. You know what I'm saying? Old school cat. This dude reaches his hands out. I put the change in his hand and he's like, oh, I don't take change. And he puts it back in my hands. Boy, I felt hoed. I'm gonna be real. I felt hoed in the bitch. I'm like, wait a minute. What are you talking about? You don't take change, dog. That's at least a couple tacos or a burger from fucking McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like, you don't take change? I don't understand that shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, he posts up in the same spot. So every time I drop by there, we kind of look at each other and I keep it pushing. Like, hey, fam, you got me fucked up. You know what I mean? You just burnt your blessing the tough way.
Yeah, it may have been one of those crazy scenarios.
Where they're bullshitting.
Yeah.
Where they really ain't down bad. Because if you down bad and somebody gives you, even if it's change, you're going to figure it out. You know what I mean? But that boy hit me with, I don't take change.
Yeah. Oh, I mean.
I was like, fam, what?
Yeah. I mean, there are not all of them. Like, this is like maybe 1%, like 1%.
No, yeah. They're not all. No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Because
it's just,
my girlfriend, she does dental volunteering at the spot in Houston.
Yeah.
And she been, not like I said, not everyone. There's a lot of, you know, people that are happy they get you know, free dental service, but there's been some people where it's like, you know, they don't need it and they take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, so they're out there.
No, yeah, and that's everything, man. That's everything. Like, ain't no system perfect. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no situation where like it kind of sucks because sometimes the bad do fuck it up for the good. Mm-hmm. But I mean, the way I look at it, like I said, I just rearrange my approach. So now if I do have the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not at a light, like if I'm at a corner store pumping gas or something or whatever the case may be, or, you know what I'm saying, I don't necessarily have cash on me, but hey, you gonna be here for about 10 minutes? I'll run up the street, get you something to eat and come back. You know what I'm saying? All I got is a card on me. And a lot of them are grateful. You could tell, like, yeah, fam, like they haven't ate in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? Because being hungry sucks. And then being hungry without a place to be at, and you're actually down bad to the point where you know what I'm saying? You feel like there is no other option but to go out there and hopefully people have goodwill. Yeah. Then, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It fucking sucks, man. And that's not something that, you know what I mean? And some people, again, they've never been in that situation. So they're kind of like, you know what I mean? They don't understand.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. The only thing we can do is just, you know, help each other out as much as we can. As best as we can,
as best as we can. Because at the same time, don't go broke trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, because then, you know?
Yeah.
You know? Back to what you were saying earlier, that you try your best to, like, you were looking to be a cutthroat approach, but now you're like, if somebody really, you know, you're trying to help people, you're more compassionate now.
Yeah.
I get that, but don't let people waste your time. Because sometimes people want...
Okay, so I've always give someone an opportunity.
Yes.
And if they decide to waste that opportunity,
then it's done. I feel that. I feel that, definitely.
Because, you know, I've been in situations where, let me kind of give you my mindset at the time on how I was able to develop this. So when I moved to Houston, I was under the impression towards myself, not towards anyone else, that I had to make it.
Yeah.
And basically, I was wanting to do whatever it took to make it.
Yeah.
So I believe I always had plenty of opportunities. And my case scenario is just that I made a shit ton of mistakes I regret of making. I stepped on a lot of people's toes that I should have done it.
Yeah. I
burned a shit ton of bridges that I completely regret.
Yeah.
Because it was just my approach of thinking like cutthroat. You know, it's like I was willing to burn bridges in order to get what I wanted.
Yeah.
Instead of not understanding, I was like, man, this is wrong. You see what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
So it's like, that's kind of, that was my down spiral, you know, in my late 20s.
Yeah.
Because in my late 20s, what I mean by 25 to 27, I was depressed.
Yeah.
I was depressed because I did a lot of things, nothing worked. I spent a shit ton of money, nothing worked.
Yeah.
And it's just, how do I say it? Like, I've lost a lot of people I cared about.
Yeah.
And it's like, nothing was the same. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, I was just in a messed up state.
Yeah.
So, and at the same time, it was like, I was in this position where I was like, I'm not where I should be.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I gave my goal to myself at the age of 30. I should have $1 million in my bank account. Whew, dude, I realized quickly, like, you know, you can aim for a goal, but you're not always going to achieve that goal.
Yeah.
And at the same time, this is when I was learning, like, you know, it's okay to not achieve your goal. You know, it's okay not to be in a position where you want to be. It's just going to take a little bit more time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, as long as I'm still approaching the same goal and not giving up, it's just, the point was that I didn't understand. It's like, I'm still trying to figure out my lane.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to make my first meal. Because I am confident in myself. Once I make my first meal, my 10 mil is going to be a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know,
you figured out how you got there.
Yeah. So that's where, when I was around like 28, 29, I started feeling a little bit more compassion.
Yeah.
Because I started giving myself a little bit more compassion.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, yeah, you know, it's okay. It's okay to be where you're at. And you know, in the field of what I'm doing, like, for example, filming, visual creativeness, as well as just podcasts in general.
Mm-hmm.
People who want to start out, people who want to learn, you know, the connections I have, I try to give out as much help as I can.
Yeah.
You know, because it's hard. It is hard.
It is difficult, especially if you're doing it by yourself.
That too, and especially if you absolutely know nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's some people in this world, they just have family that has connections.
Yeah.
There's some people in this world that have family that has shit ton of money. They, you know, $100, not $100, but like $1,000 is like nothing to them.
Yeah.
There's just some people in this world that's just fucking lucky.
Nah, but at the end of the day, look at it this way, man. They got a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying? They say that a lot of millionaires are self-made, and a lot of people who are born into wealth end up poor.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
You know what I mean? So maybe they're not lucky. Maybe they just haven't, you know, started taking that dip yet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's true. But it's like, you know, you there's some people in this world that just get frustrated because they just want that simple, easy break.
Yeah, but it's not like that.
It's not like that, because I've always told myself at the time, was like, you know, I see a guy with a Ferrari, that means he's successful. That's bullshit. That's a bullshit lie.
Not necessarily.
It is. It took me a minute to realize that. It's like, because you have nice things doesn't necessarily mean.
No, it doesn't mean you're successful.
You're in a position I want to be.
Yeah.
It's like, and
because you're just looking at the cover, fam. Like,
exactly.
for example, like, that person might have a Ferrari, but that person might not have nobody to talk to. You know what I mean? Like, my biggest blessing is the people who are closest to me, who really know me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And along the years, I have burned bridges. Yeah. I have burned bridges, and every time I've burned a bridge, I didn't regret it because it was for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't on no cutthroat shit. It was like, if the second I feel like somebody's trying to play me, I'm protecting my energy. Yeah. Now, what you were saying earlier, I get it. You wanted to get there, so you wanted to get it by any means necessary. Yeah. And honestly, bro, you should have just been a Escobar. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, you could be cutthroat. You know what I mean? You run it like that.
I'm not that type.
But if that's not the route you're trying to take, your network is gonna be more valuable than any piece of paper with Benjamin Franklin on it. Correct. Because they can continue bringing opportunities. The way I look at it, for example, in the business that we do now, is I could possibly make a much larger amount initially, but I'd burn that bridge. So instead of doing that, we'll cut the price down a little bit, but you're going to keep doing business with me. Yeah. So over time, I will make much more than if I hit them over the head the first time. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I was just fixated on the idea of trying to, like, you know, I guess get into someone's circle, you know, and that was the dumbest thing I ever thought of, honestly, when I really look back at it. Yeah. Was trying to get into someone's circle who has what I want.
But everybody wants to be a part of something. But
no, it's just like, I realized they don't have what I need. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it took me a minute to realize it. It's like, every time I see someone with something, like let me give you just a perspective. Okay. Like an honest perspective. Like, I used to go to car shows all the time. Yeah. And I used to, like, you know, loathe, if that's a word, loathe, or?
I'm not sure. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well,
my sister's an English teacher. We'll find out later. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell her to watch and be like, "Did we use that in the right context?"
I used to obsess with people with like high end cars.
Okay.
And I would try to establish a network with them and try to be friendly with them and stuff.
Yeah.
And and these are great people. But I just felt like I wasn't being genuine with them. Yeah. Because I wanted something out there. I wanted something from them.
Yeah, you were there because it was beneficial.
Yeah,
strictly beneficial.
Yeah. And down the road, I was like, man, this isn't right. This isn't right. I felt like I was doing something wrong.
Yeah.
But then
people pick up on that.
Yeah, people pick on it real quick.
Yeah.
And like I said, I apologize to the people I'd done it to because I didn't want to be like that.
Yeah.
And so I realized, like, man, nobody has, like, even if I miss someone, for example, someone down the road that has a Ferrari F40.
Yeah.
Fucking love the car. I met the guy a couple of times. I'm like, hey, man, I just meet him as a person. I say, hey, man, great car. Love it. And it's just more of an organic relationship.
You're not trying to get nothing out of it.
No, because like I realized, like, no one in this world has anything I need.
Facts.
It's really down to just me. And once I realized that, I became a hell of a lot happier.
Yeah.
It's like, if I've seen celebrities and I'm like, okay, cool. You see what I'm saying?
They're people, man.
They're just people.
And at the end of the day, like, we're all living in the consequences of our decisions, for one. And for two, we are exactly where we're at today because of how we reacted to life and what life threw at us. Yeah. So not everybody has seen this world exactly how Jesse has seen it. Not everybody is going to see the world exactly how I see it. We've all been through different things and we've taken decisions to put us in the direction, on the road that we're currently on. Yeah. But the beautiful thing about it is once we understand that it's on us, like, it ain't nobody's fault. You know what I'm saying? We all made decisions, and the best thing is we can redirect or we can just accept where we're at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like where you're at, redirect your energy into another direction. Yeah. If you like where you're at, then bad. I'm happy for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Period.
Just be happy.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they got a saying, a bunch of people have used it before, but it's what you eat don't make me shit. So, you know what I mean? Like,
I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, do you know what I'm saying? As long as nobody's trying to harm me in any way, live, fam. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true. So you mentioned that you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the tough way.
The tough way. What does that mean? Because I seen your post. You had a 75-day challenge.
Yeah, I did.
What was that about?
I did that a few times. But initially I started losing weight because I got up to about 245 and I just started feeling like shit. And it was baby steps because initially I quit smoking cigarettes. I was up to like 2 packs a day. Okay. So I quit that first. Then I started.
Was that pretty hard?
It took many tries. This is my last one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Eventually I just quit cold turkey. I had to. You know what I'm saying? The people close to me, mainly my wife, had to deal with like the mood swings. You know what I'm saying? Because you want that nicotine. Like, it's an addiction, fam. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine people who are like on meth and shit. Like, fuck that. You know what I mean?
It's a bit extreme.
Like, goddamn, that's just extreme as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, but so I stopped that. Then I started cutting out drinking. The one thing, honestly, I've just cut back on, but not cut out completely, is I'll smoke weed every once in a while now, which it was a daily routine for me. Yeah. But so I started cutting out habits first. Then I started with just literally walking. Taking that first step, just started doing walking where it took me like an hour and 20 minutes to do like 4 miles, and then slowly started jogging. Then I got down to a little under 200. I believe I was like 185. And my cousin reached out to me and was like, hey, they got this challenge by Andy Frisella. I don't know if you ever heard of Andy Frisella. He got some good podcasts. It's the Motherfucking CEO podcast, and he talks about a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying, especially like success-wise and being in the right headspace and stuff. So he has a challenge called the 75 Hard Challenge where you do, there's 5 things that you have to do every day for 75 days straight, no breaks. I started that challenge at 185 pounds. When I ended it, I was at 160.
Was that like your lightest?
My lightest is 160, yeah. And from right now, I've gained a little bit of weight because I was like real lean, and it was really difficult for me to maintain that. Honestly.
It usually is.
Yeah, it was very difficult. So right now I'm trying to find a healthier way to maintain a leaner physique because it's just what I was doing wasn't working. But I did complete the challenge the first time. And basically what you do is you got to drink a gallon of water a day. you have to read 10 pages of a book that you can learn something from. You know what I'm saying? I read 48 Laws of Power. I read Andy Frisella's book on the actual challenge. I read You're a Badass at Making Money, which is a female author, but I really like how she, you know what I'm saying, put a lot of things into perspective. I read a book on the Burr method, which is a real estate method, and a few other books, not in that specific challenge. But after that challenge, I started reading more, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I've kind of fallen off that right now because we've been doing a lot of other things. But it is a habit that I picked up because of that. Because honestly, before that, I hadn't read a lick of shit. You know, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, Twitter and shit. But other than that, I wasn't really reading my lyrics, you know what I mean? So the book, the water, you got to stick to the same diet. Which for me was sticking to a certain amount of calories for 75 days with no breaks, which was right at 2,000 calories a day. And then you have to work out twice a day, one in the morning, one at night, 45 minutes apiece, and one has to at least be outside. And then the last one, you have to take a progress picture every day. So essentially the goal is to do all those 5 things for 75 days straight, and it's supposed to instill in you some sort of discipline, or at least put you in a better position when you're done than when you start, and show you that even the little things count. So for example, whenever I would do the daily progress picture, if you fuck up on any of those, you got to start over. It's part of it. So if
start over 75 days?
Yeah, start over from day one.
Really?
Yeah. So there ain't no like, oh, I fucked up. No, if you at day 25, like for example, I did the first 75 days and I was feeling myself too much. I took a 5-day break and I was going to do another 75 days. I got to 25 days and I just fell off completely because I was already at like 100 days, you know what I mean? Straight, you feel me? And then anyways, I took a little break and then my cousin wanted to do it. So I ran it with him and we actually recorded our experience on YouTube. We got like daily videos and shit. And me and him completed it. So I completed it twice, once by myself, one with my cousin, and then I failed once by myself.
Yeah. You know, I wonder if you heard this guy. You ever heard of the name David Goggins?
Not that I can say.
Dude. No. Write that name down. And
who is he? I might have like seen him and just didn't know.
So, okay, so David Goggins is known to have that.
Is he the most badass person on the earth or some shit? The one, the military dude that does like marathons and shit. He's always running in his videos.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
the last name sounded familiar.
That he says, don't listen to that inner bitch inside.
Yeah, well, Andy Frisella says the same thing.
Yeah,
and it's a decision you make. Like that's just just like people present an idea to somebody that they may be close to, and that person doesn't necessarily have the same perspective or the same ambition, and they immediately shoot it down. Yeah. It's not because they don't love you or don't care about you. It's just that they don't believe it's possible. Yeah. But that doesn't mean it's not possible for you.
Yeah, stay hard.
Yeah, like just go hard, man. Yeah. Like push yourself to the limit and see how far you could go. Yeah. Like I lost at my lightest, I had lost a total of 80 pounds.
That's good.
85
good.
Pounds.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
That's good. Yeah, because I've been, when was it? In August. For me, I've lost weight. Yeah. I went down from like 265 to like 235.
Okay.
Was technically my lightest.
Yeah.
This was just me simply because I just changed my eating habits.
Okay.
And I would, because I do mountain biking a lot.
Yeah.
I've went from like 15 miles to 40 miles.
Oh, shit.
40 miles.
That's what's up. What's up.
And here's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
So this is when I got into this. I was kind of crossing over from mountain biking to cycling.
Okay.
So 40 miles is my longest.
Yeah.
I've done 40 miles on an empty. I would fast for at least 12 hours.
Okay.
So I would go on a 40-mile ride on a fast.
Yeah.
So that was like, so basically there's nothing in my tank.
Yeah, like an intermittent fasting.
Yeah. Okay, so basically I would do like a 12-hour fast and do 40 miles.
Yeah.
That is the best feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically my body is burning what it's already stored.
Yeah.
So that's how I was able to drop so much weight.
Yeah.
And basically the only thing I would do is just take electrolytes down the ride. Cause you have to.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
You don't want to dehydrate.
Well, it's just that, when you're doing 40 miles, your body is basically burning everything inside your system.
Yeah.
You know, if you fast.
Nah, that's a lot. People don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
speaking of like cardio and doing long distance, one of my, well, look, let's backtrack again back to whenever we were both in PA, like fucking a decade ago. The very first time, like fresh out of high school, I gained a bit of weight.
Yeah.
Not as much as I did recently, but I gained a bit of weight. And I remember you used to jog down Twin City. I used to see you jogging down Twin City.
He was known for that.
Yeah,
that's a weird thing to say.
Well, look, check it out.
I guess that's my celebrity moment.
I don't know, but I used to see you jogging, and I approached you, and you at that time you told me that one of the things that helps like to drop weight, because I ended up losing weight around that time too. I started going to the boxing gym, and you had mentioned drink cold water with lime every morning, like before you eat anything. Like as soon as you wake up, drink like ice cold water with lime. So I started doing that shit, and it was supposed to like boost my metabolism or something. I don't know. So first time, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate that because I did end up losing weight. That plus the boxing gym. I was hitting the boxing gym 5 times a week. But like now fast forward to recently, now I'm the guy jogging down Twin City because when I did the 75 hard, I was, you know what I'm saying, jogging a lot. My main thing was cardio. Yeah. And my ultimate goal was to do 13 miles without stopping, without walking, like even if it's just steady jog. Yeah. So the last day of the 75 hard challenge, I completed 13 miles in right over 2 hours, 2 hours and 5 minutes.
That's good.
And bro, that's just, it feels good. I'm saying, I know what you mean. Like it feels good. Like that runner's high, like on cycling, you get it too. Biking is different than running, by the way. It's different muscles. Because I did do biking for a little bit.
It really is. Yeah, like if you do 40 miles cycling versus 40 miles jogging, your body is completely.
It's not the same.
It is not the same.
It is not the same. But I did do the bike thing for a minute. And all this cardio that I did made me realize how small Port Arthur is if it wasn't already by being there for so damn long. Yeah. But I literally ran out of places to run to. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's 13 miles in Port Arthur. Like I literally went from where I stayed, which was right off Memorial. I went all the way to Saba Lane and Port Neches and came back down to Twin City. Like I'd go all the way to Proctor. Like I'd do laps in Port Arthur. I'm seeing the same shit over. It gets old.
That's why I did Twin City, because Twin City was a long strip.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you're in Austin now, dude. You can do marathons.
No, yeah, like that's gonna be my next goal once I start actually getting in that mode again. Yeah, because I still do my cardio, but now it's just like 3 to 5 miles daily. Sometimes I do 6. It's just like maintaining. But I do want to get in that mode again because there are more things for me to do. Now I'm not just running for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Well, it wasn't for no reason. I lost weight and I was feeling better. But I did do a 5K while I was over there. Yeah, the Causeway Bridge. That was pretty cool. But yeah, like I want just to get into more shit because it gives you a goal. Like, okay, the marathon is this day. I got to make sure I'm ready. You know what I'm saying?
And running high, the runner high is a real thing.
It is.
It is a real thing. Dude.
It is.
It's just, you feel good about yourself. You know?
Definitely.
You know, when I did 40 miles on the bike, man, it was just a random day. Yeah. Like, I don't know what I was on. Yeah. Which probably was, I mean, what I take for electrolytes is pickle juice. Okay. I'm obsessed with pickles. I like pickles, and I like the pickle juice. Yeah. That's my electrolytes. And okay. I don't know what it was on, man. It was something. Maybe it was just the pickle juice or something I ate the next day or something. The next following day, I did 40 miles. Yeah. And my body was not tired. It wanted to keep going.
That's what it is, though. Like, once you get to, like, once you're used to living here and you go up a little bit, you might drop a little bit. Yeah. But you'll typically, unless something like really just tragic happens to you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for the most part, you kind of level out, and now you can go a little bit higher, and then you kind of level out. It's easy, and then you got to apply more resistance for you to, for things to be difficult now. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started walking, bro, it took me like an hour and 20 minutes to walk 4 miles, and I'm dying. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like now I jog 3 miles, and like if I'm really going hard, I've gotten to where I've done 3 miles in like 22 minutes.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? That's like good. Just running. I've gotten to where I do a single mile in less than like 6.5 minutes. Yeah. Like if I just full out run like the first mile. But yeah, it just gets to the point where like I'll start walking and I'm like, man, it's just boring, fam. Like I don't want to do this no more. Like, I'm about to run. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey,
Bourbon Street, New Orleans. If you want to put in them steps, there's a place to do it. Yeah. Dude, New Year's Eve, I was there in Bourbon Street. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, I was at Bourbon Street. I think the Saturday we did over 20,000 steps.
Oh, I believe it. Dude. I believe it. That's, yeah. No, yeah. Especially like places like that where you're just walking and you're not thinking about it. Yeah. See, that's what's crazy. Like people feel like, man, that's impossible for me. I can't do that. But
that's in a day, people.
But One day. No, yeah. But like when you're not physically thinking about it, you're in autopilot. Yeah. you hit that 20,000, but when you're like, today I'm going to do 20,000 steps, and then you start thinking about how difficult it is and how tough it is and how much, you're already dragging yourself down. You're already making it impossible for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You defeat yourself before anything outside of you even like comes near you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's personally, I've grown to learn that that's in all aspects of life. Because I used to be real strong enough. Back to the song. I say time and time again, getting let down, feeling like every day is like, what the fuck now? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was my mental space at that point in time. Yeah. You know what I mean? And nobody could tell me otherwise. I was smoking like damn near 2 packs of cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? Drinking, smoking, amongst other shit, you know what I mean? Like, just not taking care of myself and all those things, plus not having no money, it fucks with your head, fam. You know what I mean? Like you start getting in that survival mode, and I was in that mode for a long time. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. But thankfully, I'm where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? And I got through it. You know what I'm saying? Just, I guess that's the point. It's possible to get through that type of thing.
Yeah, it is possible, people. It is possible to get through it. You know, there's always, if there's one message you learn from this podcast, is it's possible to get through it. Just
that if you want to get to heaven, sometimes you got to go through hell.
That's true. That's what my mom always told me.
Yeah.
You got to go through hell to get to heaven.
And that's facts.
Yeah, it is facts, man. Hey, see, we learned a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at it, dude. We went from getting kicked out of the club to making our music video together.
Yeah.
And then now we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, and within maybe less than 10 years? 10 years? No?
Now I'm 10 years, man.
12 years?
Yeah. Because that was like late 2000s. That was like 08, 09.
No.
When was it?
This was during 12.
Maybe 2010, because by 12 we was already...
No, 12. This was during... So we did the club thing.
Strong Enough was like in 12. Strong Enough was like in 12 or 13, something like that.
No, it was 14.
Was it?
Yeah, because I remember doing this club thing, because I was never a club person.
Was I with my old lady already?
This is when you was during with the...
If I was with my old lady already, then probably, because I got with her in like 14.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember she came over.
The club situation, though, was way before that.
Yeah, it was like 12, 13. It had to be 12. It had to be... No. I take that back. I'm sorry. It had to be 11. It had to be 11 or 10.
It was probably 10. Because if it was like before I actually started like recording shit, I didn't start recording until 10, and that was end of 2010, like November of 2010.
Okay.
So so it had to be like early 2010 or late 2009. Because it's been a hot minute, fam. It's been a good 12, 13 years.
It's crazy how 2010 is so far away now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That version of us is so far away now.
Yeah.
Yeah. God. Like, you ever run into somebody and they still see you how they saw you like so long ago, or they're like, "Hey, what happened to you?" Or like, "Hey, man, you've changed." Like, no shit, fam. Like, life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I haven't really ran across anyone in Houston, like from Port Arthur.
I guess because I was out there for a minute. You know what I mean? Well, you run into people from time to time.
No, I haven't. I haven't yet. I get a lot of messages on Instagram and Facebook about it, like, "Hey, how you been?" and stuff like that. It's been a minute. I get that, but honestly, I've run into a lot of people I know out of town versus being in Houston. It's a weird thing. Yeah, it's like I ran into a lot of people in Austin. Somehow I've run into people in California. Yeah, and then what's it called? I can't even think of it. Mississippi.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Mississippi. Yeah. Don't go to Mississippi, y'all. It's not the same.
It's weird. Like,
it's a third world country.
It's not. But it's like
my experience in Mississippi, fam, has been. Yeah, but I don't think I've had a good experience in Mississippi. Driving through it and not having an experience is my best experience. Yeah. No offense to the people in Mississippi.
But it's just like I've met people of all those fucking cities. Yeah. And it's like in Houston, I haven't not met anyone. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. I guess because I'm so close. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. And then over here, you're in your routine, so you typically go like same places most of the time, huh?
Yeah. That's awesome. It is what it is, dude.
You know, it's funny to me, like going back to Port Arthur, I always run into people at Buc-ee's in Baytown. I've had that happen so many times where we're like at Buc-ee's and I'd be like, "What's up, fam? I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on?" Like people going back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey man, Buc-ee's is a great spot.
Buc-ee's is fire.
Yeah. It is fire, dude. You
like a motherfucker.
You know, honestly, that's the only Buc-ee's going. That's actually the last Buc-ee's from Baytown to Louisiana.
Oh yeah.
There's no other Buc-ee's coming that way.
No, that is the last one. The only ones are
It's weird. Because
well, there isn't really that big of a stretch. I mean, if you think about it, once you get into Port Arthur, 30 minutes, you're in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Or if you go through Beaumont, even less because it's a lot quicker. You just stay on I-10.
Yeah, we took I-10 straight to Beaumont and and all the way in Louisiana. It's like, man, what's the next Buc-ee's?
But they do have a Spucky's.
I don't know.
Yeah, Bucky's little cousin, Spucky. They got two Spuckies across the street from each other on, I think they're on I-10. They got a new one they just built.
Oh, Stuckies.
Sorry, I said Spuckies. Stuckies. That shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's been there forever though.
Yeah, the old one's been there forever, and then they built a new one across the street.
You've been in there?
Huh? Yeah, it's not. That's a last resort, and they got like a Dunkin' Donuts in there. You know what I mean? So you.
Yeah, that's the only reason. I've only been to the new one.
Okay.
Because of Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. The old one is far worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But hey, that's how Texas we are, man. You know, we only stop at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, and you know they have a off-brand Buc-ee's. I ran into it one day. I was out here. We were staying at an Airbnb, and I went up the street, and it's BUCKY''S.
Really?
And it's a dog instead of a beaver.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would look it up. You live out here, look it up. And it's like just a regular ass corner store. It's called Buc-ee's. Yeah. But imagine being from out of town and hearing, or from out of state and hearing all the rave about Buc-ee's, and you end up at the wrong fucking Buc-ee's.
That's like that the corner store bootlegs. You know, with the
it's a bootleg Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
But it's a whole store. It's a whole fucking store.
It's a whole new definition of bootleg right there.
Yeah.
All right. So Lalo, what should we expect in 2022? You know?
In 2022, I got I recently just a lot of music that had I allowed to fall off of certain streaming sites, pretty much all the streaming sites.
Okay.
I switched distributors, so I let all my music fall off the old distributor and resubmitted it. So all my old shit has just been re-released. Okay. Everything at the end of last year and beginning of this year.
Okay.
All of it got re-released, and then I have a bunch of new music that I have yet to release that will be released. I have a music video that I'm waiting on the final cut for, EP visuals.
Okay.
Hell of a director. I really, 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 really enjoyed this video. This is like the highest budget video that I've done.
Who's your director?
Aaron Payrani, which is EP visuals. That's his thing. And he ran that shit. He did the set design. The concept was actually thought of by my wife. She heard the song. She really enjoyed it. The song is called My Wake. Okay. And it's literally about me being at my wake. And if, everybody, if we had the opportunity to be at our own wake and actually see what people are saying about us and, the cap that goes on, you know what I'm saying? The type shit. So essentially it's basically about that. He did the set design. He got the extras. He got everybody, you know what I'm saying? He ran that shit. I really enjoyed it. And so look forward to that. All right. I should be touching base with him today or tomorrow to see when that's actually going to get to me. So I haven't even seen it yet. So,
okay.
And a lot more shows because I am in Austin now.
Okay.
And I've linked up with somebody that should be helping me get more traction here in Houston as well.
Yeah.
Just a lot more movement as far as the music goes. And then, just been doing my thing, man. More growth, more evolution. You know what I mean? Just more blessings.
Yeah.
Is the way I look at it.
Dude, you're there. The foundation's there. You're there.
Yeah, God willing, man.
All you got to do is just, take them steps.
Yeah, facts.
Because, I've always been a fan of your music.
I appreciate it.
And then when I visually see you just randomly spitting lyrics on this mic, I'm like, this guy's there.
Yeah.
You're creative there. You're passionate there. You just got to take the steps.
Big facts. Yeah, and it's I think that's I've been getting in my own way.
Yeah.
For the longest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
No problem, man. No problem. Like you said, I'm definitely gonna wait for the new release.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear it. So, is there anything else you have to say?
Nah, man.
Throw in your plug.
Instagram at _L88T_. Lalo Towers on pretty much all the social medias. Just search Lalo Towers. Spotify. It's on all streaming sites. If you can find your favorite artist there, you can find me there, and I could become your favorite artist. You know what I mean?
Hit the star button.
Yeah. Like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, whether it's positive or negative, as long as it's genuine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Like, hey, I really appreciate it, because without people listening to my music, it's a tree falling in the woods with nobody to hear it.
Yeah. I mean, people still hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, it creates vibrations, but I don't know if anybody's there to
be a big enough log to cause a dent.
Yeah. But I'm still pushing, man. I ain't stopped it. I'm running it.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you showing up today and be able to come on the show and and just have a little talk with me.
Nah, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're doing your thing. I like your setup, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
It's live.
So 2022 is going to be a big year for me. I've already brought out the fire this year with you as a guest.
Definitely, brother.
And I definitely have more people scheduled to come out this year.
Solid.
So my game plan is to be out of here and be in a new studio by 2023.
Bad.
And stuff. So that's my game plan. Hopefully, I just got to put in the work and stuff. And just like you said, there'll be a lot of blessings this year in 2022.
Hey, big facts.
Yeah, but like I said, I appreciate you showing up. And
I appreciate you having me, bro.
Thank you. And guys, this is basically the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.
100.